Neurohormones. The neurosecretory cells, neurons, of hypothalamus secrete hormones called neurohormones releasing factors. 1. Adrenocorticotropic releasing hormone ARH. It stimulates anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH. 2. Thyrotropin releasing hormone TRH. It stimulates anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its thyroid stimulating hormone TSH or thyrotropin. 3. Somatotropin releasing hormone SRH. It stimulates anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to release its growth hormone GH or somatotropin. 4. Growth inhibiting hormone GIH. Somatostatin SS. It inhibits secretion of growth hormone from the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. 5. Gonadotropin releasing hormone GnRH. It stimulates anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete 2 gonadotropic hormones, follicle stimulating hormone FSHE, luteinizing hormone LH6. Prolactin releasing hormone PRH. It stimulates anterior lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its prolactin. 7. Prolactin inhibiting hormone PIH. It inhibits secretion of prolactin from the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. 8. Melanocyte releasing hormone MRH. It stimulates intermediate lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete its melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH. 9. Melanocyte inhibiting hormone MIH. It inhibits secretion of melanocyte stimulating hormone from the intermediate lobe of the pituitary gland.
This is one app you won't want to skip.
Pituitary gland, hypophyses cerebri. It develops from ectoderm of the embryo. It is located just below the hypothalamus. The pituitary gland is situated in a depression, the sella turcica of sphenoid bone of the skull. It is the smallest endocrine gland. It is about 1.3 centimeters in diameter and weighs about half a gram. It is attached to the brain by a stalk, the infundibulum, which is continuous with the hypothalamus above adenohypophyses or pars distalis and the posterior lobe or neurohypophyses or pars nervosa. Pituitary gland hormones. 1. Hormones of anterior lobe. The anterior lobe of the pituitary gland secretes following hormones, most of them are trophic hormones. Somatotropic hormone or growth hormone, south or GH, or somatotrophins. Thyroid stimulating hormone TSH or thyrotropin. Adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH. Prolactin hormone PRL or luteotrophic hormone LTH. Gonadotropic hormones, follicle stimulating hormone FSHB, luteinizing hormone LH2. Hormone of the intermediate lobe. Melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH or intermedian causes dispersal of pigment granules in the pigment cells, thereby darkening the color in certain animals like fishes and amphibians. It is believed that it is associated with the growth and development of melanocytes in man, which give color to the skin. 3. Hormones of the posterior lobe. Oxytocin OT. Pitocin. Oxytocin promotes contraction of the uterine muscle or labor pain and contraction of the myoepithelial cells of the lactating breast, squeezing milk into the large ducts behind the nipple. In late pregnancy, the uterus becomes very sensitive to oxytocin. The amount secreted is increased just before and during labor and by sucking of the baby. Because of its role, oxytocin is called birth hormone and milk ejecting hormone. Target cells. Cells of mammary glands. Antidiuretic hormone ADH or vasopressin or pitressin. This hormone has 2 main functions. Antidiuretic effect. It increases reabsorption of water in the distal convoluted tubule, collecting tubules and collecting ducts of the nephrons of the kidneys. As a result, reabsorption of water from the glomerular filtrate is increased. Pressor effect. Involuntary muscles in the walls of the intestine, gall bladder, urinary bladder and blood vessels are stimulated to contract by ADH. Contraction of the walls of the blood vessels raises the blood pressure, and this may be its most important pressor effect. Target cells. Cells of kidneys.